And a tremendous cheer from a very, very large contingent of Irish supporters who've travelled to give this new look Irish side all the encouragement they can.
That was an amazing game. It was probably one of the most enjoyable internationals that I played in that we were due to play England in the opening match of that championship, and due to snow on Lansdowne Road it was cancelled 2 weeks earlier. We had a very young side. We had the likes of Brian Spillane and Nigel Carr waiting for their first caps, and people like Philip Matthews, Willie Anderson, Michael Bradley had only got their first caps in the previous game. So there was a huge sort of expectancy of all these young guys waiting to play, and of course Mick Doyle was telling everybody we were going to run the ball and give it a lash.
The celebrations had hardly died down from saluting our 1982 Triple Crown win when we were back again under the guidance of Mick Doyle.
And Ireland have opened the scoring. Michael Keenan cheers those Irish spectators.
Who himself brought a great sense of occasion to the game, such was his character and personality.
The 85 team were a total contrast probably to the 82 team, in terms of the 82 team had all the experience and strengths in the forward unit, plus the halfbacks and young backline coming through. 85 team was a totally new team, not as strong up front, not as strong in the front five, young, very lively back row, and it just developed a whole new ethos on its own. It was an incredibly refreshing team to play in. They were totally enthusiastic, didn't care for reputations, didn't care for who they were playing, just wanted to play this wide, expansive game.
Well, this is a very different team now. Mick Doyle's in charge. It's the era of give it a lash. Also, there is probably, at out half, the man I would rate third on my all-time list, Paul Dean. If he could have kicked better, both from the hand and from the ground, he might even be higher on the list. He was certainly the best passer, maybe, we've ever had at fly half. He had wonderful hands.
I think Doyle again got it spot on. He needed a really fluid link at out half, and in Paul Dean, he had the consummate player in that regard. He had the most beautiful hands. He needed to link together a mobile pack with a fluid backline, and the backline was picked accordingly. Now, it became known, as we know, as the give it a lash era. It was that, but it was give it a lash with purpose. It was technical perfection. And some of the tries throughout that 85 campaign were as good as you will get anywhere, even by modern day professional standards.
Number 8 there for Ireland, Brian Spillane. Ireland in possession.
I said to the lads, look, fellas, I've great time for you fellas. I think you're real men. And I respect you. And I think what you can do is immense. And it's really up to you. There's nothing barred. Have a go. If you think of it, do it. We blame the supporting guys, not you if you try. If you try it and the other guy and it fails, we blame the other 14 fellas, not you. And they knew then that our game was to run at the Scots. No matter who they were, we'd run at them because we were better than we thought.
You go and watch that Scotland-Ireland game, and the first line-out, Ireland's first phase of the match, off a line-out on the right-hand side, Dino whips it across the line and Keith Crossan gets a run up the left. That was staggering. No Irish team started rugby matches like this, but it was like a statement of intent, and you sensed something special might be happening.
Hugo McNeil dropped the ball going over the line, but at least it showed that what we had spoken about for 5 weeks preparing for this match, that we were prepared to do. And from that point of view, it was the start of that Triple Crown phase, and some of the back play was outstanding.
They were dead, really, I think, in the water in Murrayfield against Scotland. And Brian Spillane picks off a scrum on the left-hand side of the field, goes up the blind side, they win the ruck.
Ireland want this one. And
Dean brilliantly takes a pass, loops, and then puts the pass through the hand, which sends Ringland over for, I think, one of the great tries.
Magic!
And that try always typified to me that was the team that could do things like that under pressure. When you've, another team might get a penalty under pressure 5 minutes to go. That team produced probably one of the best tries there and then under pressure, with so many people involved, had so much hard work to do to make the try happen, and finished it.
I don't think there had been that sort of vision or execution in an Irish backline for many years, and Trevor England, who'd been on the team for 3 or 4 years, I think, at that stage, really revelled in getting that sort of service, because he was right at his prime at that time.
Winning away from home against a side like Scotland, who had won the Grand Slam the previous year, and we were a crowd, there was about 5 or 6 of us had been involved in the 82 side, so there was a core of experience there. But if you like, there was something like 8 or 9 in the team who had less than 2 caps. So from that point of view, it was a fantastic start.
And Michael Keenan kicks for the conversion, and it's in. And it's now 18 points to 15 as we go into injury time.